Mimikyu is a Pokemon notorious for its consistency in VGC. It was a dominant Pokemon for Trick Room teams ever since it was introduced in VGC 2017. However, this consistency led to one of Game Freak's few deliberate and targeted nerfs of a Pokemon. Why was Mimikyu singled out? Let's discuss. Mimikyu's ability Disguise in Gen 7 allowed for it to take no damage the first time it was hit by a Pokemon. This, combined with its access to Trick Room, made it ridiculously easy to guarantee Trick Room setup with only a Mimikyu. While you have two Pokemon on your side of the field at the start of any VGC match, Disguise was more than capable of ensuring that Trick Room always went up for Mimikyu players with few exceptions. Being able to deny the first bit of damage it took meant that even with a double up, Mimikyu could easily survive the attacks in Trick Room for its team if it had a Focus Sash. Alternatively, if you had a Taunt user on your team, Mimikyu was also known for running Mental Herb to ensure Trick Room went up anyways. Obviously, it couldn't run both items at the same time. The guessing game alone was more than enough to have your opponents spend some more time on Team Preview thinking through how they're going to have to deal with this thing. At the 2017 World Championships, Mimikyu was on 10 of the 81 Day 2 teams. Effectively, if you saw a Snorlax, you were also going to see a Mimikyu. Honestly, Mimikyu's somewhat guaranteed Trick Room wasn't enough to justify what would happen to it in Gen 8, but the strategies it enabled made it a nerf worth moving forward with. Snorlax was the premier Belly Drum attacker from 2017 to 2018. This, combined with Pinch Berries healing 50% in Gen 7 and Snorlax's Gluttony ability allowing it to eat the Pinch Berry immediately after the Belly Drum, made it a very threatening Pokemon in the Gen 7 formats. Players could lead off with both Mimikyu and Snorlax, forcing their opponents to have to choose which Pokemon they need to deal with. The set of Trick Room Sweeper that could wipe an entire team if left unchecked, or the Pokemon that makes that Snorlax the fastest thing on the field. Would the Mimikyu player protect the Snorlax and Belly Drum next turn? Would they Belly Drum and Trick Room both this turn? Would they burn your physical attacker and Trick Room later? Are they Mental Herb or are they Focus Sash? Even if you let off with a Fake Out user, you can't flinch the Mimikyu because it's a Ghost type. There are so many variables to account for that even in a best of 3, they could very likely take at least one game off of just a bad lead alone. So what did Game Freak do about this? Come Gen 8, Mimikyu received its nerf. Disguise now doesn't block all damage from the first attack. Well, it kinda does block all the damage. It doesn't matter how much damage Mimikyu takes turn 1, now when its Disguise is busted, it will always take a set amount of damage, 1/8 of its health. This basically made the Focus Sash a completely useless item on Mimikyu, unless you're facing a Solgaleo or a Mold Breaker Excadrill. This change made Mimikyu's item extremely predictable, as the best way to guarantee a Trick Room was now the Mental Herb. Mimikyu still finds itself being one of the best Trick Room setters and weakness policy activating Pokemon in Gen 8, but it's no longer a guessing game turn 1 to deal with it. The nerf made Mimikyu worse, but it made it a much healthier Pokemon in the metagame. Obviously, this alone wouldn't stop Mimilex from being dominant, so if you want to learn how Snorlax got nerfed, check out my video on that. But if you enjoyed, please leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel for more competitive Pokemon content. As always, thank you to my Patreon supporters. For just $1 a month, you can see your name at the end of these videos, and for $5 a month, you get 2 bonus videos every week. Thank you all for watching. Bye.